Assalamualaikum and a very good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Hartini Osman. I'm the Global Chair for Philanthropy, Business and Poverty Eradication. Of course, this is coming to my fifth year leading the wings under the G100 movement. We are so fortunate today to be able to be together with our country wings, that is Aurelia from Peru. We have Monica from Mexico. We have Almudena from UAE. And we have Agnes from Congo. And to all our distinguished sisters, leaders, partners, and change makers, as we gather today here under the platform of Global Summit Lisbon, under the banner of Shaping Tomorrow's World, we recognize that poverty eradication is not merely just a program, a platform, but it's also a moral duty, a collective responsibility, and a foundation of human dignity. As a moderator for tonight's event or afternoon or wherever you are, I invite all of us to step into this space of empathy, space of courage, space of your imagination. Today we reflect on our past lesson, we acknowledge our present challenges, and we prepare and embrace a future that demands innovation, unity, and also bold leadership as we enter 2026. There's a key points that we are going to discuss today. Of course, we are talking about our past, our structural poverty across generation, how we witness gaps in opportunity, education, health, and livelihoods. And of course, we also see a lot of extraordinary community resilience, women leadership, and grassroots innovation. We are also talking about the present. Poverty is no longer simply an economic issue, but it's linked to technology, climate change, education, migration, and of course, social structure. Our G100 PBPE wing has expanded globally with 28 countries globally and creating a momentum through country chair, circular livelihoods, women-led impact initiative, and of course we want to talk about future and beyond, from aid to empowerment, from clarity to a system change, and from margins to momentum. So for future, poverty eradication lies on not only on innovation but inclusivity, community resilience, and circular economies. G100 Mission 1 million, and of course PBEPE initiative will continue to shape new models of hope and prosperity gradually at your own pace, sister. The most important thing is that we honor the journey behind us, embrace the urgency before us, and shape the possibility ahead of us. 2026 is not just a new year, it's a new chapter of global partnership. Our purpose today is not to talk about only poverty, but to unlock pathway out of poverty permanently if we can. So today, thank you for all the participants, viewers, together with us today. And I would like to introduce our panel. Coming from Peru, Madam Aurelia She is a journalist, coach, entrepreneur, mentor, writer, customer experience expert, and a founder of a network Empower Yourself startup and a director of Women Entrepreneurs Development Commission of Lima Chamber of Commerce. We have also Monica Narvaez from Mexico. So, for over 2 decades, experience in public image, employability, and human development, Monica also has led a strategic high impact initiative for major institutions like Banamex, Bancomex, and the Mexican Stock Exchange. Today, she is the founder and the CEO of Vestete para Triunfe AC, the Mexican affiliate of Dress for Success. I've seen her program. I am so proud of her that she has embarked into this where leadership has empowered more than 22,000 women to advocate their economic independence. And we have our Agnes from Congo. She is also she's a director, managing director of Yetu DRC, a social impact organization dedicated to supporting Congolese producers and strengthening local value chain. I saw her agriculture product and with a background of interior design. She participated in various creative and decoration projects in Kinshasa. Across her work, she remains committed to innovation, social transformation, and uplifting community. Lastly, our beautiful Almudena. She's from UAE and she is now a partner with Kapolgia Consulting. Kapugia Consulting, where she served as a head of strategic research, intelligence, and leadership program, as well as the UHA for Philanthropy and advisory board for Rich. Additionally, she is also a lecturer in an American university in Emirates. As a philanthropist, author, and a public speaker and a multi-award winner, she holds an MBA, MPhil, MSc in psychology, and also MSc in Pharma Edition. She's fluent in many languages. Don't worry, you can talk to her in German, English, Italian, and German, and probably Arabic as well. Okay, so let's hear today from all of you. I'm really pleased to be with you today and with all our friends all around the globe that are together with us today. So today, I'm directing this question to Aurelia. Um, we are talking about setting the stage barriers to break, Aurelia. So, what are the most significant barriers, structural, social, or psychological, that prevent people from escaping poverty? And how can communities work together to break the barriers? So, over to you now, Aurelia. I would like to remind all of you, you will have about 8 to 10 minutes to speak, and probably there'll be a question and answer after that. And over to you, Aurelia. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Poverty is not just the absence. Espérate un ratito, yeah. Poverty is not just the absence of resource. It is the presence of deep-stated barrier that prevent millions of people from moving forward. There are structural barriers that deny access to education, health care, and decent employment system where the thing we had considered the most vulnerable, and this continue to limit their social mobility. Add to this also social barriers such as discrimination, territorial inequality, and lack of connectivity, which continue to leave entire communities behind, and there are psychological barriers, perhaps the most silence or the loss of hope, emotional exhausting. The feeling that nothing will change in Peru, these barriers are feel particularly actually a child born into poverty could take up to 5 generations to reach a medium income level. Only out of every 100 Peruvians born into poverty managed to become healthy in adulthood, while in countries like Canada or Denmark, this figure is 6 times higher. This reflects painful realities. Informal employment exceeding 70%. Historical gaps existing between the coast, highlands, and rainforests. Discrimination against indigenous people and rural women, and digital DVDs limiting the future of thousands of children. The number of gender based violence victims in Peru is deplorable. 34 children are raped every day. But it's also basis but there is also a powerful trap. Our country is full of resilience of people who resisted, create, thick, and reinvent themselves to break though this barrier individual with is not enough. We need collaboration. We need to strengthen local leadership, promote circular economies, expand access to technology, and coordinate effort among municipalities, businesses, social organizations, and citizens. Poverty se haces to be a destiny when we transform it into charred changlands, and only with unity, dignity, and hope can we dare of the world that prevent millions of people from living the life they reserve.
Thank you,
Question.
Aurelia.
Two questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Aurelia. So I will come back to you for the next session. We have listened to you and your data. It's a lot of things that we need to do together. Looking at your data, it's a very how do I say that? I am so amazed that you are in such situation, but you have the strength, you have the power, you are doing something in order for you to ensure that these people are out of poverty. So let us hear from Monica, Aurelia. Then after this, I'll come back to you. We'll have 2 sessions together, yeah, so that we'll come back to your second question after this. Can we go to Monica? Monica, basically, what are the role of innovation, inclusion, and long-term investment that we can play in creating and unlock the potential of individuals and communities leading to a sustainable poverty eradication? Which of these do you think is more crucial and why, Monica? Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So happy to be here. Good day to everyone. Well, innovation, inclusion, and long-term investment are 3 pillars that are working together to expand the human potential and to create a sustainable pathways to out of poverty. So innovation will allow us to overcome the traditional barriers through practical and modern solutions. So in Mexico, This means that we have to close the gaps between the communities that high access to resources and those that are facing the exclusion. In our work, in the work that we are doing right now, innovation appears in how we deliver our services. In our program, we combine professional preparation, coaching, mentoring, and confidence building. Also, a career center that offers the women free access to computers, to digital education tools, and to a digital training platform that we have with Accenture. This ensures women to develop the technological skills that are needed in today's labor market. So inclusion ensures that innovation reaches those who need it most. Our experience shows that the power of these inclusive approaches, this everyday support that we bring to women that face unemployment, limited networks, restricted digital access, and low confidence. So we offer them interview attire, we offer them job search support, we offer them soft skill training and digital tools. So with this, we remove both the visible and the invisible barriers that often prevent women from entering or advancing the workforce. And talking about long-term investment, these transform the short-term progress into a lasting change. Through mentoring, we follow up, we have peer networks, and we continue the access to training tools that will help women not only to secure an employment, but to retain the employment. And this made them to grow professionally and to build economic independence. That was one of our main focus. So I must highlight that the pillar that is most crucial would be inclusion, because without inclusion, innovation doesn't reach the right people, and long-term investment do not generate equitable outcomes. So inclusion will open the door, innovation will provide the tools, and the long-term investment sustain the journey forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Even when we had the previous program in Malaysia, WEF, we are talking about inclusivity and sustainability. Without inclusivity, without inclusion, we could not actually gather the things, the network, the support, the programs that are able to go down to the one that in need. So your strategy on having that program materialize, especially for professionals to go out to make sure that they look good, they have the support. It's a very crucial empowerment program that gives a real long-term effect for that person. I congratulate you to that. So now let us go to Agnes. She's in Congo. I know that Congo are having some issues, but of course she strive and she is still there doing her work and her business. So what are the role, Agnes, for local leadership, cooperation, community-driven initiative play in moving people from the margin into economic and social momentum? How do you embark into this, Agnes? I understand that the situation there, and I hope that it's already getting better. So how do you do this, Agnes? Over to you.
Yes, hello sister, hello Tini, thank you. There is 3 categories. You said local leaders, cooperative partners, and the community. Local leaders play an important role. They guide economic initiative, provide access to essential public service, support local entrepreneurship, and mobilize a community around the development project. This is one of the role of local leaders. But for the role of the cooperation partners provide strategic support. They targeted financing, capacity building capacity building programs. There is a microfinance, education project, and social infrastructure initiative that directly promote the empowerment of women, of youth, and vulnerable groups. And the community. But the community serves as the driving force of action. The community creates cooperative, pool resources, engage in income generating activity, and strengthen the social cohesion necessary for the success of initiative. That for me, the local cooperative partner, local leaders, and community, it is the convergence of local governance in international support and community mobilization that enable marginalized areas to be transformed into space of sustainable economic or social opportunities. Donc, the three categories must oblige to work together.
Thank you, Agnes. The situation in your community probably have an support, a strong support that is needed in order for you to embark into program, because I think by having the community-driven project as what you are saying, and support by the leaders, it can actually fulfill, but of course it has to be nurtured and it has to be together, because one cannot be doing program alone without the support of the other. I understand that. So now let's go to Almudena. How can circular livelihoods such as recycling, upcycling, repair work, and sustainable farming or create a long-term economic opportunities while also protecting the environment in low-income communities? Because you have done so much research. I know you are very expert in many fields. Well, probably you can give us some input. How do we share your understanding in these sectors that can be usable to all our sisters in the philanthropy and also in other parts of the wing? Over to you, Almudena.
So thanks for the question, Hartini, and I'm really happy to be here sharing with all of you. So I would say before we go into this question, let's make quickly a step back just to ground the conversation, so we can have very clarity in the sense of what is circular economy. Because I think this is the trick of it. I'm not saying that circular economy is the magic wand, that everything is gonna work with it. But I think it is very important not to replace the entire economic system, but it's very important to ensure that it's working in parallel with it. Because the job of the circular economy and the circular livelihoods is designed to stabilize the economy, if it makes sense, what I'm saying. So here what we are talking about is kind of a different economic logic. You know, it's a shift from the linear system where you take, you produce, and then you throw away. And then we are shifting, or we're talking about a shift into a model that keeps the value in circulation for as long as possible. This is a model where we have the materials, the skills, the local resources. All this is reuse, repair, transform, even regenerated. And this is just not a theory, I would say. And this is very important for all of us that work in philanthropy. This is not a theory. This is a practical response to a scarcity. And as we know, in poor societies or in the low-income communities, scarcity is not an abstract concept. I mean, it's a daily reality. And this is exactly where the circular economy is becoming powerful. So with this in mind, we have to take a look at how recycling, upcycling, repairing work, and sustainable farming, for example, this can become the engines of a long-term opportunity. Like recycling, for example, it will create immediate jobs, immediately, in collection, in sorting, in processing. It transforms waste into tradable commodity, but most importantly, immediately is giving jobs. And if you realize it's not that challenging, you don't require that much training in order to start working on that. When we talk about upcycling, this goes a little bit further because it's going to go into converting these discarded materials into high-value products. And this is opening the doors for artisans, for young entrepreneurs. And interestingly, it opens the door mainly to women. And this is something that I'm sure we have talked about it in other sections of this event. But women are particularly good as artisans, right? And as solopreneurs. And then we also have to talk about how repairing the repair work, it is strengthening the local economy, because this is extending the life of the essential goods. And this is reducing family expenses, is creating a skill employment. So this is very, very important. And I'm missing something. Sustainable farming. Sustainable farming is critical as well, because it's regenerating soil, it's improving yields over time, reduces input cost. And something very important in these communities is that it's enhancing food security. Very, very important. So in short, what I would say, the message I would like to kind of give is that circular livelihoods are giving communities, in parallel to the normal economy, are giving communities economic independence, environmental resilience. And this is the development of a model that grows with the community, not against the community. This is why it's so important.
Thank you, Almudena. I'm not wrong in giving that question to you because you understand very well how to activate the circular livelihood. Well, we are fortunate to have you with us because I think the future undertakings that we should look into it is actually for the Future 2026 program. How do we embark this circular livelihood program within all our 28 countries' wings? We need to have that stepping stone to start from where in order for us to give the opportunity for women around the globe to have that opportunity to embark into their business, in their additional income, their support to their family through this circular livelihood. I would like to go back to Aurelia.
If I may say one more thing, sorry, Hartini, to interrupt you, just one more thing that is important, because one of the circular economies, as we were saying, is particularly empowering for women, because it is opening the door for places that where traditional economic models are shutting them. You know, the circular activities have low entry barriers for women, and this is just an enormous opportunity.
Yes, that's true. We'll come back to that later. Let us hear again from Aurelia. Your second question would be, what are the steps individuals take in their own communities to support those living in poverty, change their ability to pursue opportunities and improve their life? And also in what ways can individual governments and institutions contribute to build a society where every person has access to opportunity, dignity, and hope? I'm putting that second question and third question together in an essence of time. We have half an hour to go, so over to you, Aurelia.
Thank you. This is a work we have in doing, throwing or empower yourself and start your business network, and now through the G100 philanthropy businesses and poverty eradication arm, where we support women in vulnerable areas, not only with technological tools, but also with sometimes much More important, the recourse of self-love, confidence, security, and the ability to dream big. We've worked alongside the ministers of women and vulnerable population and German cooperation to bring mentorship and empowerment and entrepreneurship programs of women in vulnerable areas. There are stories that touch the heart, like that of Ana Villegas and entrepreneurs who broke to the circle, the poverty, and who today has provided seed capital to more than 300 people so they can start their own businesses. We have businesses network where the entrepreneur themselves donated their time and have even helped young people obtain seed capital $6,000 and $3,900 to launch their projects, no? We've also created the Empower and Entrepreneur Women's Program, where he provides mentorship in vulnerable areas to help more women achieve economic independence. There's
Economic
stories.
independence. Yeah.
Independence, sí. These stories remind us the sometimes fundamental. When someone believes in you, a brick opens, chopins, a door lights up, and an entire life can change. But still need more hands, more hearts, and more committed. Often the difference between poverty and opportunity is simple. Someone showing you that you can do it. Solidarity also means listening, values, cultural identity, respecting community decision, and promoting the leadership of women, youth, and indigenous peoples. When everyone contributes a little, a collective impact becomes immense. I am proof that static can be reserved acá, ay, ¿dónde me quedé? I can permitting and leadership and woman when everyone contributes a lead the collective impact become immense. I am proof that static can be reserved. I was here who lived on a mountain with have electricity, water, or soil, and many times I didn't have food on the table, but thanks to many people who lent me a hand, I have managed to turn this situation around. Thank you.
I salute you, Aurelia, with your compassion, with your resilience and dignity. You are able to spur the program. And these are what we look into leaders that never give up, leaders who have hope, leaders who have love, leaders who have resilience. You have all in this. And we will be supporting you. And I hope Monica, who's near to you, and probably these other countries that are so near to you, we can actually embark into program that support you later on. So we could have this another meeting when we are approaching the 2026. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Aurelia. So let us go to Monica. Monica, I know that you have been traveled to Canada to give talks,
Yes.
and congratulate that. And recently they have a meet with Concha and all the ladies in Mexico. And thank you for that, for bringing up PBPE in the limelight together with you. So, how can society ensure that marginalized groups such as women, youth, and persons with disability have equal access to opportunity that unlock their potential? And of course, in what way can government, businesses, communities, and individual each contribute to creating a future where every person has the opportunity to thrive and escape this poverty permanently? Through what? Through education, through entrepreneurship, through networking. So we would like to hear from you. Over to you, Monica.
Okay, thank you. Well, to have equal access, we require to have a coordinated structural, cultural, and policy-driven strategy. At the structural level, Mexico must expand all the affordable internet access and the digital literacy, especially in rural areas and in low-income areas. We need to also strengthen the public education with an inclusive gender-sensitive context. This is essential. So in terms of policy, we need to have legal protections against discriminations, and this must be enforced consistently. So all the government programs must be designed with these intersectional criteria so that indigenous women, young women, single moms, persons with disabilities are intentionally considered and not be treated as a secondary. And regarding the economic empowerment, women, youth, and people that has disability need equitable access to credit, to entrepreneurship programs, and to skills that are aligned with these emerging industries. So culturally, communication strategies are vital to shift this narrative about women's leadership, about youth potential, and about disability inclusion. So finally, we need that multi-stakeholders collaborate together. This will allow us to test, to refine, and to scale all-inclusive solutions. So in our practice in Mexico, we have a real equal access. So in Mexico, we apply this holistic model that is centered in removing the layered barriers. So as I have already said, we have this training, these mentorships, the interview preparation, and the confidence building, and all these digital tools. But all these services are free. So this ensures that any financial limitation do not prevent the women to participate in our programs. We also work with community organization and partners to reach women who are often overlooked, survivors of violence, informal workers, women with disabilities, single mothers, and youth. So we provide against ongoing support after the job placement. We have through this career development guidance and the access to the career center. We strengthened also the self-esteem communication and the professional presence. So with all these comprehensive model shows that equal access becomes real when we address both structural and psychological barriers. And regarding how the government, the business, and the communities and individuals contribute, well, we have made a very robust model here in Mexico that we have a collaborative model that builds this multi-sector collaboration where government, business, communities, NGOs, and individuals work together to remove the barriers and create a long-term opportunity for women through this partnership. For example, in our case, government provides us from the essential physical spaces at no cost. We have companies that offer funding, in-kind donation, and volunteer expertise. We have also communities and NGOs that coordinate effort to reach the target of the women that we serve. And with all of these, we have this model, and all of our services can be free and connect to strong professional networks also. So this ecosystem shows that this shared responsibility creates a real pathway out of poverty and how collective action can unlock the potential of every woman and every person to have this economic independence. Thank you.
I think what we look at your perspective is the government and the NGO, and of course with the leadership and communities, have to create a certain comprehensive policy. So that policy is actually to have this strengthening the woman, especially in education, because with education, with leadership, it will empower the woman to be out of poverty. So these are the sectors that we should look, because looking at what our experience have, these are the core platform that we need to use in order for us to elevate this woman from the cycle, the vicious cycle of poverty, to be that, to let them out from that. So this is, I think we congratulate you on doing this, and we hope that you will be able to share together with our sisters in our community. So let's go to Agnes. Dear Agnes, we have the next question to you. I'm putting together the second and third question. That is, how do you measure the success of your community empowerment, Agnes, in your initiative? And through this income, education, social cohesion, or combination of the factors, and how could individuals contribute to this empowering community, and how, why is collective action more effective than isolated efforts? We know that the situation is dire and what we should do. So we want to listen from you. How do you overcome this situation? Agnes, over to you.
Thank you, Tini. I start for the second question. How do you measure the success of community? Okay. The success of empowerment initiative in my country is measured for a combination of economic, social, and educational indicator, as no single factor is sufficient on its own. There is, I can give you some example, household income, an increase in earning from income-generating activity, like agriculture, trade, and so on. There is access to education and skills, improved school enrollment rates for children, and enhanced skill for women and youth for technical, entrepreneurial, and vocational training. There is another social cohesion, increased community participation in collective projects, reduced local conflict, and strengthened solidarity from saving groups, cooperatives, and association. There is the last organizational autonomy. The community's ability to manage its project independently without total reliance on NGO or donors, ensuring continuity even after external funding heads. For you told, how can individuals contribute to empowering community? And okay, individuals can contribute to community empowerment by actively participating in local initiatives, economic, educational, or social projects. They're sharing their skill and knowledge, providing financial or material support to community action, and promoting solidarity and mutual assistance among community members. Though collective action is more effective than isolated effort because it allows resources to be pooled, impact to be amplified, synergies to be created, and project sustainability to be ensured. Together, community members can overcome obstacle that an individual alone could not surmount. Thank you.
I share your views because the community level is a key factor for a successful program in the community, because without the community support, without the government, without the NGO, you cannot stand alone. You can stand alone, but you cannot be doing more than what you can. So having community support system, if we listen from all, from Aurelia, from Monica, yeah, from yourself, I can see that the key word is the factors of the leadership and community driven program, because without that, I think it can be done, but it have a slower impact. But if you have community support, governmental support, the individual support, whatever impact that you want to strive will even be given faster. So now let's go to Almudena, our speaker that are talking about the secular livelihood. I would like to pose a question to you, Almudena. The main challenges, of course, when the community face when implementing, of course, secular livelihood initiative, probably you can and enlighten us. And how can these challenges be overcome? And what roles do we need from the government, from the businesses school, from individuals in playing a supporting role of this livelihood initiative so that poverty is reduced sustainably and community become more resilient? So over to you, Almudena.
So I'm going to try to be fast because I know we have a little bit of short in time. So when communities are beginning to adopt in the circular livelihood models, there is an enormous potential, but of course this path is not free of challenge. There are many. I'm only going to mention 5, but you can imagine there are many more. So the first one that I see is skills, knowledge. Many of these activities require specific knowledge. If you are going to repair electronics, or if you are going to run some recycling hub or practicing agriculture, you need knowledge. So without the right training, any initiative will not really work. So what is the solution for this? Very obvious. A structured capability building, a structured training, accessible workshops, vocational training, important partnerships with NGOs, peer-to-peer learning. You know, like in the old times, the parents will be teaching the kids, this will be the same. Neighbors teaching their neighbors. Second challenge, infrastructure. We cannot pretend that this doesn't exist. The circular system is not going to be able to function well if we don't have the basic facilities. So yes, it is very nice to say, let's go there and implement circular economy, but they need a place to sort the waste. They need tools. They need shared workspaces. So there is an infrastructure. There is a land that needs to be the land allocated for sustainable farming, for example. How do we overcome this? We need clearly collaboration with local authorities, and we need collaboration with businesses, and we need investment. There is no other way. The third challenge, the market itself. You have to think about it. Even circular products, they need buyers. Without buyers, without a consistent demand, it's not going to be sustainable. So we have to consider that everything has to grow in parallel. We build a business, but we need someone to buy from our business. So we need to create still consumers, conscious consuming, but still consumers. The fourth challenge that we rarely talk about, we have a number of cultural barriers. You know, in some places, if you are repairing something, or if you are reusing an item, or if you are buying a second-hand coat, this will be associated with poverty. Like certain farming methods, new ones, are going to be challenging tradition. So this is important to understand the cultural barrier and address them. So we need awareness campaigns, we need role models, we need visible pilots.
Sorry. 10 minutes to finish. Okay, thank you.
I'm going to go very, very fast. And the final issue is the issue of coordination. We need, clearly the circular system requires coordination between all this. We were mentioning before the communities. When you say which role should they play? We are all part of a puzzle. every part of the society plays its role. And I truly believe that the only way that circular economy and circular livelihoods are succeeding is if every part is playing the role. So the government should shape and enabling the environment, policy making, setting the national strategies, the legal framework, the regulations. They have to help the people instead of pressing the people. It is a difference. You have to support the people. You are there to serve. Government should serve the people and prioritizing supporting farmers, prioritizing repairing goods, and all these things. The business are fundamental. They need to bring scale. This is one of the main issues of circular economy, scalability. Businesses need to bring this. They need to integrate these recycled materials into the supply chain. And I have a lot of experience about this when I was working in Johnson & Johnson. We did have a target, the percentage of suppliers that would have to be part of circular economy or business owned by women. The schools are shaping the long-term culture. Students need to learn to repairing skills, sustainable agriculture. All these techniques have to be learned. And then final, individuals. They have a lot of influence. So we need to start at home, from sorting the waste at home to choosing, making the choice, making the decision that we're going to buy sustainable products. We are going to learn basic skills and participate in community initiatives. So all these actors working together, when it happens, then we see a shift. Then poverty decreases, but it's not through short-term aid or support or putting money here. No. It's happening through local empowerment. This is what is happening when we do it all right, all together.
Thank you, Almudena. I think the other things that we can prompt into that situation on the circular economy is how do we transform waste into wealth and scarcity into sustainability, and how you can make it more affordable, because this is very important. When you have circular product, it's always in a higher price of purchase, so we need to make it more affordable so that it can be done, it can be sellable, and it can be affordable. So I would like to go around just to mention a little bit of what we have studied today, and we have listened to you, and this is very important for us to look into the final future. What can we actually do, and this togetherness, in order for us to break this cycle of hardcore poverty, relative poor, and how do we encourage more philanthropy? Aurelia, I think what you need is how do we turn community frustration into collective action. I've seen that what you are focusing in. And Monica, how do we unlock this potential truly mean in this 21st century with your shared responsibility across the society? And Agnes, what does success really means for income, for dignity, for agency, for all collaborative effort togetherness? And for Almudena, I suppose that we need to transform what we see in front of our eyes, what we see around us, community, to more affordable circular livelihood product that be acceptable to the market. So I think we have about 6 minutes more. I would like to hear 1 minute from each before I do the closing. So over to Almudena first.
So
1 minute.
I want to close by saying that you can hear me, right? Yes. So I'm going to close by saying that the challenges are real. But I think that every single challenge that we have to make circular economy works, it has a practical solution. And I think that with the right skills, infrastructure, market access is including your point. We have to make products that have proper price and people can buy them. Cultural support and community coordination. I think that circular livelihood initiatives, they can move from small experiments to really stable engines of economic resilience.
Thank you. Let us listen from Agnes. 1 minute from you, Agnes.
Okay, thank you. For me, philanthropy becomes a catalyst for development. Business structure, economic empowerment, and makes solutions sustainable over time, and it's essential to enable communities to generate their own income. Thank you.
Monica, over to you. For your 1 minute. Your final 1 minute.
Yes, thank you.
Monica?
Okay, well, that we need to continue empowering women because women are the heart of society. And when you help one woman, you are not only helping her, but you are helping a family and helping a community. So we need to focus on this movement to help women, to help, and more entrepreneurship programs, more things to let them have works and to build these networks to help them, and also to focus on this circular economy project. Thank you.
You. Aurelia, over to you. Your 1 minute sharing.
Yeah. When people, governments, and institutions unite, sometimes extraordinary happens. Hope becomes action. Action becomes transformation, and transformation becomes a country where no warmth is left behind. Because building a just society is not an impossible dream. It is shared task. It is everyone's responsibility. It is the path toward a Peru and world where our life can flourish with equality, dignity, and opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much to all of you. As we are going to end our session, I would like to take this opportunity first to thank Bodil, Linda, and Sarah for this opportunity to be in this platform. As we step into the 2026, we must remember that poverty is not a destiny. It is a system we are here to change. We have the power, we have the resilience, we have the empowerment, we have the dignity, we have the know-how, we have the support. We need to do something to ensure that we elevate all our sisters around our community, around the globe. G100 sisters to build economies of dignity, ecosystem of opportunity, and community of hope. Let us all move from just conversation. We need to do move to collaboration. We need to move from idea to implementation. We need to do inspiration to action, because together we are not just breaking barriers, we are building a future where no one is left behind. And of course, we have this things, hope. We need hope, we need dignity, we need resilience, we need empowerment, we need inclusion, we need innovation, we want collaboration, we want sustainability, because this momentum that we have is a transformation. How do we create this potential to ensure participation in all communities so that we have that unity, community leadership, and of course the shared prosperity? I really hope that our G100 PBE sisters, our reflection, our past, our present, and what lies ahead, we need to do something together. We need to stand together for this G100 Global Summit. I cannot help but reflect on extraordinary path we have walked this year, and we want to have this journey shaped not only by programs, not only by project, but by courage, by compassion,
Hello.
by unity, and by purpose. Thank you very much, everyone, and let's take a
Thank you,
picture together.
Hartini.
Can we
Thank
take a
you.
picture together? Picture
Yes,
together.
yes, we have.
Bye.
I take the picture. Sorry, just a moment.
Okay, can we take a picture? All
Picture.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Hartini.
sisters.
Thank you.
Thank you, sisters. Thank you, John.
So,
Thank you.
Queen
Take care. Bye. Love
Diana,
you. Bye.
Sister,
Diane,
you are not obliged to
the
leave.
stage
You
is
can
yours.
I
stay.
will hear you, sister. I will hear you.
Yes, please.